And so when you initially graduate, right, you get a 6-month grace period, and then you get a letter in the mail that says, yeah, now you have to start repayment, right? And usually that first payment is a standard repayment plan. It's based on whatever it's going to take you to get that loan paid off in 10 years with the interest. And many people can't afford that. And that's where all those income-driven repayment plans come in. And really thinking about how much this is going to cost you if you don't make the right decisions.
Mm. Yeah, I know that for me, I went right to income-based repayment. I think more just because when I first went into repayment, I was not nearly as financially savvy as I am today. And it was this idea that like I can't afford that. And it probably wasn't even though I probably could have afforded it. I just didn't want to, right?
Mhm.
If I don't have to pay $500 and I can pay $200, I just want to. Like I'd rather pay $200 than 500 without really understanding the consequences of that decision.
Absolutely. And that is very common. To your point, usually we're graduating from college and now we want to get out into the workforce, but we also might have to start at a lower paying position, right? So for many people, it's just not affordable. Also, depending on, how much you took in student loans, it can be very overwhelming. But also we want to do other things, right? We also have goals to buy a house or, we want to start saving for retirement or, just actually have some adult money to spend. And so it is very common. You're right. Why would I pay 500 if I can pay 200 and free up that 300 a month in cash flow, to put on something else that's important to me? Um, and so again, not understanding what the total overall cost is really important.
Yeah. So using this as a very fictitious uh, example, what are some of the unforeseen consequences somebody could experience when they make a similar decision where either if they can't afford it or they simply don't want to, they go to income based repayment rather than that standard repayment model. Again, you said a moment ago, standard repayment would say, hey, as long as you make these payments over the next 10 years, you will be out of this debt in 10 years. But when I shift to a different repayment model, what are some of those unforeseen consequences?